I started this up thinking I have no idea what we were doing at the end of the last episode, and then I remembered that there's not really save points in Bloodborne. It always starts you off where you were, so we were gonna open this thing. Yay! And then go down here. I don't remember what's down here, but we're gonna find out. It's been a while since I played Bloodborne, because I basically recorded the whole last week's worth of episodes in one session, and then haven't touched it since because I just haven't had as much time as I'd like. It's been kind of a relaxing week, though. I mean, you know, I say not as much time as I'd like, but honestly, this is the, like, proper amount of time, because now I'm actually working a good job that, you know, I can stand to work more than 10 hours a week without wanting to die, like was the case with my landscaping job. At work the other day, somebody came up to me and was like, "It's time to die," and I was like, "What?" And they said, "Your hair, it's starting to fade. It's time to dye it." I was like, there are other ways to phrase that. Oh God, I didn't mean to fall. But some fun things happened. Like there was a customer who was like yelling at their kid, and they were like, "Nick, it's time to stop messing around." And I was like, "What? What did I do?" But they were talking to their disobedient child. Seen more children get disciplined at work than ever I have anywhere else. Not really ever around children, which is why. But the point still stands. It's kind of gratifying for some reason to watch parents. I almost said bully their children, but that's not true. I really hate to see people be mean to kids, but I like to see people, you know, not be overly nice to their kids, because you can't let them get away with everything. Okay, Old Yarnum is only home to beasts. Sorry. So there's this cool guy sitting up there. Where is he? Not up there. Where the hell is he? He's over. Fuck. He's like really high up. He's in a clock tower. Here's this. I feel kind of bad for these things. I do kill them indiscriminately. That doesn't stop me from killing them. But I feel kind of bad for them because they were just the residents of Old Yarnum when it was burned to the fucking ground, and they're terrified of fire. You can do that and they'll all like run away. Oh, there he is. He's up on that clock tower. You can't really see him. He's got a. I'm so used to having my little magnifying glass thing that can let you zoom in first person. It's really nice. But he will shoot the fuck out of you with a turret as soon as you get close, which is what's going to happen here. There's actually a way to sort of get around the back of Old Yarnum and talk to him. For some reason, if you approach him from the front, he shoots you with a fucking machine gun. But if you sneak up on him from behind, he will be friendly to you, which has never made any sense to me. But I mean, it's fine, I guess. Basically, I've never done it because even with the fucking maps in the strategy guide, I don't fully understand how to get around the pack. But you know, whatever. It's not a big deal. We're not gonna. Oh, I can use that. The Hunter's Torch is just a torch, but it does a little more damage. There are some enemies that only really take damage to fire, so I feel like that's only in the Chalice dungeon, which we're not gonna do. I'm sorry, like as much as I want to show you guys stuff like the secret like final bosses in the dungeons, it's really boring. I'm sorry. Most of the Chalice dungeons are like, they're all the same. And the bosses are cool, but the dungeons themselves are literally all the same. And they're super boring, and I don't want to do them. I like how even when you have your torch out, you have a little bit of a glow around your character. Like, just right around your head, there's this nice little ring where my eyes are glowing from the mutation. That may or may not be true in canon. I just made that up, but you know what? It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that you would be the only one not affected by the, like, the sickness, or whatever the fuck is going on here. I probably should have kept my torch out, because these guys will be a little less aggressive while they're afraid of the fire. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense that you'd be the only one not affected by the mutations. Like, I think the implication is that you are, at some point, infected. You just retain your humanity for whatever reason. And then things happen with that in different endings, so we'll wait to get to that. I know a lot of people were disappointed that you couldn't transform into a werewolf. Because there's a lot that implies that you can. There's a beasthood stat that affects this like beast arm weapon that you get, which kind of transforms your arm a little bit. But you could never properly transform. And a lot of people thought that you could. And like for months people were trying to figure out you know, what the secret was to be able to transform, and there isn't one. You can't. But in the DLC you sort of can. You like half transform. I think we'll get that far. It'll be a while from now, but I think we'll get that far in this playthrough. I'm kind of excited to get to that point. Half the reason I'm fucking doing this is I thought that was a rock. I attacked it because I first glanced at it and I was like, that's an enemy. But then I was like, no, it's a rock, and then it was an enemy. Great fucking gripping commentary right here. Half the reason I'm replaying this for you guys is because I want to do the DLC again. It's so much fun, and I only got to do it once because there's no way to replay it. Okay, so yeah, now I've encroached on his territory enough that he's shooting at me. Really did think that I was far enough away there that he couldn't hit me. Don't know why I thought that, because he can hit you from all the fucking way across the level. But for some reason I was like, I'm gonna stand right here and talk because it's fine. Liquid medicine calms the nerves. I need some. Oh my god. You basically just have to like run right the fuck through. I'm just glad that the loading screen is not twice as long as it used to be. Or, you know what I mean. Twice as long as it is now, which is what it used to be. You didn't know what I meant. Maybe you did. Sometimes I don't even know what I mean. Sometimes I'll say a weird thing, and my girlfriend will just be like, what? And I'll be like, you know, I have no idea. I have no idea what I meant or implied by that. It was just a thing that I decided to say. I'm a little better at that than I used to be. I used to just say whatever popped into my head, which is not how a normal adult has a conversation. Generally, if you think of something and it's fucking terrible, you don't say it. Which I've gotten better at. Oh god. There are so many of them, and yet they are so weak. According to the strategy guide, the ones with the hoods over their, the drapery on their noggins are the females, and the naked ones are the dudes. Apparently, that is the case. I have no idea how much it takes to level up, because it's been... Okay, it's not what I've meant to do. It's, again, I'm used to my New Game Plus playthrough where it takes like a fucking 100,000 blood vial, or blood echoes to level up. But you get a lot, So it's not really that big of a deal. He's shooting at me while I'm inside this house. What if this was my house, motherfucker? You don't know. You don't know me. I could live here. Shit. Give me a break. He can hit me from here. And he can also hit these jars, which explode. I said that a little too late. Already happened. Fucking get out of my way. I need to hide from the turret fire. Am I? Okay. I made a big mistake going right on top of that fucking thing, but apparently it didn't matter. Do you just... Bullets cost money. Do you love to waste money? Oh god. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I like the description for the coins that you find in this game. Cuz you get like money that you can use to just like illuminate your path. They will shine and it'll like tell you where you've already been basically, so you don't get lost in mazes. But the description for it is like you can use them to eliminate your path, or you can save them for morning if it ever comes. Which I've always found kind of funny. And maybe it will. Maybe I'd love to play Bloodborne that way. Just save up as much money as you possibly can for the hopes that I wonder if there's anybody who actually played it that way, thinking that the currency would have value at the end. I don't know what it would unlock. I was gonna say alternate costumes, but no, you can already buy clothes. They're just clothes. I like games that have alternate costumes that you unlock at the end. Even though I rarely replay the game enough to use the costumes, like Resident Evil. Resident Evil always has like a fun costume that you unlock from beating it. And I don't know, like I've always found that very enjoyable in horror games, especially. I mean, it's true of a bunch of different types of games. But I've always really enjoyed it in horror games just because the way it's meant to be played is it's meant to be scary, obviously. But then, after you beat it, all of that horror is gone, and the developers know that. Obviously, it's not the case with every horror game, but in games like Resident Evil, it kind of is. Once you beat it, you already know what's coming. It's not scary anymore. So, fucking, Jesus, leave me alone. There's this sort of, like, you know, the developers know that you're not going to be scared by a second playthrough. So instead of trying to make it scary, they make it fun. And there's like silly costumes. And, well, the problem is that 99% of the time it's silly costumes for the men and fucking sexually provocative costumes for the women, which is really annoying. But I like the silly costumes because, I don't know, it adds this layer of like knowing to the second playthrough where you and the developer both know that it's not scary anymore, but you're still going to have a fun time with it. I should really not be over here at such a low level, I don't think. I can't open that from here. I don't think he can hit me. There's a hunter up there that I am not about to fuck with. But I think this is the clock tower? No, it's not. The strategy for beating this guy is really fucking funny. I hope this is the clock tower so I can show you. Wait. To make sure my gun is out. I mean, okay, you can fight him normally, but like it's really, really hard. This is the clock tower. I hope I do it right, because it's not easy either way. But like fighting him up here is fucking impossible. Because oh shit, he saw me already. You basically just fuck shit. No, I think I lost it already. No, maybe not. I can keep shooting. No, I died. You have to, basically, you have to rush up there and just shoot him over and over, and he just falls off the edge and dies. It is possible to fight him one-on-one, like, fairly, but honestly, it's harder than the final boss. It's harder than anything else in the game. I don't know why they did it that way. I don't think you actually have to fight him. Like, even if you don't make friends with him, I think you can kind of just avoid him. But I sure as hell can't do it. It's the only fight in this game that I've never done fairly. I always just shoot him because it's so hard to actually fight him fairly. As you can see by the fact that he fucking killed me in 2 hits while I was trying to fucking cheat it. But whatever. Oh god, I don't feel like walking all the way back over there. Okay, we're gonna avoid these enemies and just fucking run for it. Is that the right way? Sure doesn't seem like the right way. Sure seems like I made a mistake by jumping off of that. I should think you still have dreams. Oh, that means all of my blood echoes are gone. I forgot about that mechanic, to be honest. I was like, yeah, it'll be fine if I just rush in. If I die, it's no big deal. Honestly, I forgot. I've been playing so many other games. I used to be the kind of person who could just play one game straight through from start to finish. And now I'm like, I juggle so many fucking games. Even on this channel, I'm playing a few games at once. But outside of that, in my own free time, I've been playing Disney Infinity. I've been trying to finish the Talos Principle, which is not a good game for this channel because it literally consists of me just sitting around in the same room for hours going, what the fuck is the solution? The Witness comes out next week. That's exciting. It's a little more expensive than I expected it to be, so I might not get it right away. It's $40, which is absolutely fair. I am not going to start saying, like, an indie game can never be priced $40, because that's absurd. There's hardly any difference at this point between an indie game and a AAA game. Because, yeah, this was made by a very small team, but it was made over the course of, like, 10 years. It's a giant game. Like, it deserves to be $40. I just need to save my money because we're trying to get an apartment. So $40 is kind of a lot for me right now. I mean, it's... You know what I mean. It's not actually a lot, but it is. Anyway, don't shoot me, please. I'm trying to just run up to you, not you. I feel bad for these guys. They're just hanging out here. I'm not fucking shit. God, and there's the hunter, which I think he's gonna always be after me now. Oh my god. Alright, fuck it. I'll get back to him, and next time we'll knock him off of his stupid ledge because he doesn't deserve to be fought fairly. He's a meanie. He's not fighting fair. If I had his weapon, this would be an even fight, and it would also turn into a first-person shooter and be a very different game. Oh my god. Anyway, fucking yeah. Next time we'll just knock him off the goddamn ledge. Look at them. Look at them praying to the light. They're so cute. Okay.